What's going on? How y'all doing? So this video gonna be about the white terrors in America. And Nancy Pelosi and them was talking about from the house within. And the news reporter said, "What do you mean the house within?" She said some of the cats that people that work there want to bring guns to the Capitol Hill. Some of them want to feel safe, or do they really want to feel safe? Or are they still in cahoots with Trump? See, you're about to see white on white civil war. hmm Now, obviously, they gonna come for black folk, you know that, but they wanna right they wrong in their mind. When you hear Rand Paul, Duckface Mitch McConnell, and these other racist bigot pieces of trash, and the Pillow Man, and Rudy Giuliani, and all this garbage, you know what the agenda is. And the Timothy McVeigh, David Nichols bombing in '95, that's gonna be small potatoes to what you saw with that riot 3 weeks ago. You know, because they have a lot of people in low places, high places that they want to make a statement. And Proud Boys, Corn Boys, all that KKK, all that CIA, police, all that, all connected. So one way or the other, they're gonna try to get you. If they don't stick you with that vaccine, they're gonna stick you with a bullet. That's what they doing. Joe Biden ain't gonna say much about it. He ain't gonna say much about it because obviously, to really combat what's going on, you have a house of hate face to face, and he knows it. But he's a white man, and you see white male privilege against that. What you gonna do? See, politics is one hand behind the other to another hand to another. The money stretch, we look the other way. You working with these people and you're in the same house where supposedly you're not wanted, yet agenda is real. And why are they not safe? Why are they not safe? And how did they allow one white dude come in to dictate and tell them what's going to happen, and then he can swing his hand and say, "We're going to go stomp the Capitol Hill"? The real terrorists have always been white men in America. History books don't tell the truth. They never did. They whitewashed the Klan, said some of them were Christians, have manipulated that and promoted. And then some of them have been to hold every office known to man, including presidents who were slave owners, who benefited from Jim Crow, who benefited from separate but equal, who told you what the rights were going to be and what the rights weren't, systematic institutionalized racism, and how they connect and coordinate do business. Where the drugs go to, what neighborhoods, how it's control. And that's why big businesses, if you have a pandemic or no pandemic, are worth billions and everybody else gets crumbs. And it all ties into the supremacy. And it's the elephant that stays dancing in the room. So, yeah, Nancy Pelosi has every right to be afraid and be alarmed. This ain't media scare tactics. This is real talk. The bottom line is when you have 40 some odd people a man who's been twice impeached in a year, incited a riot, treated a virus like it was like whatever, and shrugged shoulders, wouldn't compensate people, wouldn't legislate for it, and yet he still has people kissing his ring. That's pretty scary. But then again, that's white supremacy right there. And there are millionaires and billionaires who support that life and agenda. And they might in sports have Black Lives Matter and We Together and Kumbaya in public, but they still fund that. They funding that. They were still funding that after George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Still funding it after the pandemic. Hospitals filled up. Still funding that. So who are you holding accountable? We already know white males in America are the biggest terrorists. And Guns have been used to destroy it, along with drugs. All this stuff is plant based, you know. So when Nancy Pelosi said what she said, she told it 100. But they're not. They when you have to build a barricades to have inauguration, all that stuff, that's embarrassing. It shows you dysfunctional, one-sided, one race type of country. That's what it shows. If you're outside looking in, you ain't got to worry about nobody flying over who wants to hit you. You're doing it yourself. The bottom line is, before we got the black on black crime, we've had white on white. That's all we've ever seen. It's self-destruction and hatred from within. So the apple don't fall from the tree. To be blended into this country and family and so on, and you see how they treat one another, and it's on full display. If they still run around trying to celebrate the Confederacy, which they lost, and they're still trying to keep on the old ties, what makes you think they ain't thinking about lynchings and hangings, etc., etc.? Nooses and everything that you see. Because old habits don't die easily. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. And that's what you're seeing before your eyes. So that's my thoughts and takes beyond Nancy Pelosi's terrorists to come. Because the real terrorists have always been white men in America. Just doesn't get talked about because you wonder why. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I welcome thoughts and comments. I do respond. Appreciate it. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for one another. And sometimes, as they always say, your answer, question, and message is before your face. Don't let them distract you with the train wreck, because it's right here. I'm out.